Hi there, it's Chelle, and Clint is inside. So, yesterday we had a job. Clint's like, hey, hun, come with me. This is going to be a really long job, and I don't know how long it's going to be, and I'm going to need your help. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So got up, showered, all that good stuff. Headed out at 6:30 because we wanted to beat the heat. The people were going to be there at 7, and it's a 30-minute drive. So we get down there, and he says, honey, just sit in the car. And I asked him, I said, do you need help? And he goes and talks to the guy, and then I said, do you need some help? And he says, no, I don't. He said, I got it. So I forgot my phone, so I'm thinking, what am I going to do while I'm just sitting here? And I always have my iPad. So I designed this yesterday, but turned out that job was took less than half an hour because we didn't have anything in the area. So then we ended up going to Durango and stuff like that. But I designed this, so let's see if I can do it. So I was looking through my photos, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And then it came to me, guys. I don't know. We'll see how this works. So what I need is, it's a hidden journaling spot, a little bit different than what I've done. So I want to figure out, how big I want it. So this could be square or rectangle, or it could be a design. I was going to see what kind of dies I have that it could be a design. We might just play with it later. Let's make a template first. So I want this, say 3 inches. So let's do 3.5 because it needs to be just a touch bigger. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's going to work out. It'll be fine. And then here I am going to cut this down just about like 1/2 inch from the edge. So lining up my cutter, and I just want like a stopper thing right here. I'll show you that here in a minute. And then I'm going to flip it, and you could do this with an X-Acto knife or whatever, and do the same thing on the other side. So essentially this is what you're going to get. You're going to have this because, like I said, you need a stopper. And then this is just the easiest way, I think. Not quite lined up, but that's fine. And then keep these little guys because I think I'm going to need them. Okay. So this is the inside. It's not going to be quite this long, I don't think, because that would have to be a really long piece, which could be fun. What is that, 8.5? It's going to be way too long. So let's cut it down to like 7. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I need something for this to go on, but I need to incorporate this part here. So that was what, 3.5. So like my next part needs to be 4. So 4 inches. I am going to use some pretty paper, and I do want kind of like a cardstock weight. And actually I have this one, it's a little bit heavier. This is Lucky. It's called Happy Accident. I think these would be really pretty in this journal. So 4 inches wide. So I'm thinking, do I want this design? So okay, this is Happy Accident by Artisan Collection by Blue Fern Studios. I love their paperweight. Okay, so I'm going to trim this off. My plan is to make at least 2 of these, just so you guys can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing, and make sure it's going to work, you know. So I really like this. What I want is for this to be like halfway. So about right here. So what is this? This is, did we say 7? This is 7, so 3.5 would be halfway, right? So I'm gonna do 3.5, 3 3/4. Let's do 4, and that would work. So I'm gonna do 2 at 4, and that would be half of that. So, and then we'll discuss things. I just want to, I do like to have measurements for people, because I like to do measurements, and I think on a video you can't really tell what the size is, you know. And that one's 4 as well. So let's do another 4 by, what did I say? What was it I said? Okay, so 4 by 4. So I did a square. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Michelle, huh? Okay, so these are so cute. I love this paper. 4. Do another 4, because then I have 3 or 4 4s. And this should work out, if I'm thinking correctly, which I'm probably not. Okay, so these, I was thinking I want them to kind of match up, so they would be like this. And yes, there will be like a split in the center. So I'm going to find, you know, where I want my stopper to be, because when we pull this, I want it to stop. I don't want it to come all the way out. So let's see. I know it's kind of hard to imagine what I'm saying. So that one piece, where did those pieces go that I said to save? Here they are. I was thinking I could just put them, you know, there, kind of in the center, as close as I can get. So let's do that. I'm not going to be 100% accurate, but you know, I might want to double up on it. I haven't decided, and I'll show you why. But so you want it kind of tight, and I do want it, the glue to go all the way to the edge. Actually, I think I will double up on it. So if I can pull this off, I think it'll be really cool. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to be able to pull this out and journal, you know. But yeah, let's double that up just to make sure that it really is going to stop when I want it to. But those are perfect to just use the strips. Yeah, so I drew this all out, and then this morning I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. It's kind of like when you're designing something, you know, you think, oh, if I do this, I can do this. And because my first idea, I'm going to save those, I might need them. My first idea was to use foam, you know, the plastic foam tape. So this is going to go here, and I don't think we need anything else. So, but I do want to put one more piece on here before I close it up. And I'll show you guys. Okay, so that should work. Let's go ahead and just double this up just to make sure that it's not going to rip on us. Like if you accidentally pull too hard. You just want it to go all the way to the edges. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. Sometimes when I am creating, I kind of work out all the bugs in my head. How do I want this to work? And then I think, oh, that won't work. And I don't know why you know, how I create in my head. Actually, let's do it on both sides. If nothing else, that will, what am I thinking? That will protect both sides of it and make it stronger. But yeah, I do that with crochet and stuff too. I can crochet. My friend wanted a, what was it, that thing called? She wanted something. I'd never seen it. And I just sat down and looked at a picture, and I was able to crochet the critter that she wanted. It's one of those things that hang out in Florida, and they're so cute. They're those big fluffy things, but I forgot what they're called. They're not fluffy, but they're, you can swim and they'll be with you. So, do I want to like build up the edges? Probably, huh? Might even need a couple more. Just to give me a little bit more room is what I'm thinking. And then whatever you do to this side, like for the edges, you'll want to do for the other one. So let's just, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I don't want that too big, so that's right. And I need to double them because we're doing it on both of them. And I want to make sure that this is not going to kind of get annoying when you go to put it back together. So we saw mama deer and we just saw one baby deer. So I hope everyone's okay. We have a lot of truckers. You know, we live on the highway. And truckers come through and man, they'll just blast their horns. And you don't know if they're because there's a deer in their way or what. But yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the back. We're going to go ahead and just double up. I'm just going to double. I don't think I need the triple like I did with that. I think this will give us enough room. But yeah, so it kind of, you know, stresses us out. Sometimes they're honking at dogs or something. But sometimes they're honking at deer. Oh. And then, oh, I don't know what happened, guys, but Clint got up yesterday morning. Like I said, we had to leave here early. The chickens, his chickens are gone. 3 of the females. So we don't know if they got eaten. We're gonna, you know, take care of skunk prevention. We're gonna put mothballs everywhere. And hopefully, if that's what got them, they won't get anyone else. And then we are going to just locking them up at night and putting a lock and a key on, you know, with a key. Locking that up. We have a camera out now, which we've had the cameras for a while. But none of the itty bitty babies, we haven't let them out yet. And we don't want to until we know there's going to be a safe place for them, you know. But you never know. Somebody could have stopped by and got them. You just don't know. I didn't do the back yet, did we? Would have been easier, but it's okay. So you don't know what, you know, what's going on in the area. So yeah, he's pretty heartbroken about that. our pet, I mean, our animals are our pets, you know, they're not. So it's not a good feeling around here. We did both go out and look. The ones that were setting and had the babies and stuff are fine. Of course, they're locked up, but there's 3 females that are missing. And then Gracie's not doing very well. I don't know. She, I'm hoping we lessened her steroids. And I'm hoping that her body just needs time to adjust. Because the vet did say give her a couple of months between lowering the steroids and let her adjust to that. So I'm hoping it will, you know, her body will just like fight and it'll be okay. I can't lose my baby. Michelle, you're such a goofball. Are you guys hollering at me? It doesn't go on this side. Ah, jeez. Somebody said, if you wouldn't talk so much, you wouldn't make so many mistakes. I make mistakes whether I talk or not. Oh, you guys. Somebody was like, Michelle, no, I could hear ya. I just didn't know why you were telling me that. You know, and I was thinking, if you don't want to cut these little tiny strips like this, which it doesn't bother me, but you can buy those quilling papers. You know what? And actually tried quilling. So I have tons of papers. I should really dig them out for projects like this. Oh, you guys, I tell you, I crack myself up. Of course, you can do this in any size. I just, you know, I'm making it, but I want it to be like kind of a template, but I also want to be able to use it, you know, when I'm done. Oh, good googly. Okay, so that is going to be how that's going to be. And then this is going to go in here. Make sure that's lined up correctly. Or do I need to flip it? Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Okay, and then this one, I want to make sure I do it correctly. Is that the one? It has the little girl's feet on it. Here it is. This one I want to go like this. So we're going to line these 3 sides with these things too, because we'll need it just a little bit fatter. Oh goodness. Yeah, so when we were finished with the job down in Cortez, our plan was to come home, but it was only 7:30. And we knew we were going to have to go to Durango on Friday. Just making sure. So we decided just to go over on to Durango, since it was so early in the morning, and just get it done. And so yeah, we still made it home by 2, I think, which was really nice because it was hot, and we don't have air conditioning in the car. So it was really, yeah, it was really starting to get hot, and we just want to kind of get things done. And but we had the neatest conversation. We went to one job, and what we do is we locate underground phone lines. So, you know, if people are digging, a lot of companies dig, you know, like the electric company and stuff like that. Well, we went to this one, and I saw this little lady, and she was walking her dog, or walking a dog, and I was like, that is the cutest dog. It was a little dachshund, and it was graying, so you could tell that it was old. And I did double check, because sometimes dogs look old, but they're not. And but when we got there, Clint says, honey, just sit in the car. Seriously, it's just going to take a minute. And I'm like, no, I have to go love on that dog. I love all animals, you guys know that. But we don't have dogs because we have so many cats, and we don't want them to, you know, this is their home now, and we don't want a dog right now. So I was like, I'm going to go love on this dog. And I was like, this is the cutest dog. His name is Danny Boy. Her name, I have no idea because I didn't ask. I know the dog's name. She was so sweet. She had brought her elderly mother to the oncologist. And so she's taking care of the dog. It was her mother's dog, that's why. So we started talking. Her father had passed away about a year ago, she said. And then her mother was diagnosed with cancer. And, you know, it was just a blessing to sit there and talk to her. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, I think it's here. No, there's two there. There's one here, so I'm here. Goodness. Anyways, her mother was recently diagnosed with cancer in the last year. And the cancer she has, there was like a knot in her chest, like on her shoulder, kind of. And it almost always ends up going to your brain. And now she said she has 8 tumors in her brain that formed in the last year. Crazy. So I was telling her about my mom and how my mom had cancer, and she had chemo for 10 years. Every year except one. They gave her like a, wasn't remission, but kind of like a hiatus type thing for chemo. So they kind of gave her a break of the chemo. And so we just had a really nice visit. I got to tell Mom's story about when she passed away and how we were planning her wedding to her true love, which I believe was Jesus. And, you know, it was just such a blessing just to sit there and be able to kind of be a testimony for this lady and share both of our beliefs in Christ. Because she said she's a very strong Christian as well. And so we got to kind of share our experiences and stuff. And I just felt, I told Clint, you know, it's just like a godly intervention, you know, type thing. So it was really awesome. And he says, you know, he almost didn't even go to that job because he figured they were done, and they were done. So if I hadn't got out and talked to that lady, I never would have talked to her. But anyways, it was just an enjoyable situation. I'm trying to figure out if I want to, is this it? Yeah. Let's just cut this piece down to 4. But anyways, it was just an amazing, you know, meeting, and we just had such a good time. Like I said, I have no idea what her name is, but it reminded me of this one lady who was out in the boonies, and she had, not her, but one of the companies that was doing some work for her called out a locate. And so we had stopped and talked to her, and we talked about God and stuff. And then she said, this morning I prayed that I would have a divine intervention, that God would send somebody, a Christian, to me to talk to me. And I had no idea who that would be. And she said, why are you guys here? And I said, well, I said God. And then I said, so-and-so called out for a locate. And she said, this morning I was praying and that I would have a divine intervention. I had no idea how that was going to work, and I thought that was so cool. Sorry. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Okay, so I'm going to do 3, actually I'm going to do 3.5 by, so this is going to be a hinge. I was thinking you could use like a manila folder. And when we pull this out, I want this thing to clear this. So I'm thinking, you know, quite a bit. So you can write in it, open it up, whatever. So like here. So if I put, where are my pins? Oh, it's right in front of me. You know, just like a 1/4 of an inch or something. And if I cut it right there, that should work. And then I'm going to do like a 1/2 inch score. About that. And that should give me a nice fold. And then you could put like coffee dye paper in here. You could leave it plain. But yeah, it was just a really nice little visit with this lady and her dog who are waiting on her mom who has cancer. So, and it reminded me of other, you know, interventions and stuff that we've had. And I love hearing your guys' stories too, so share them if you have an interesting story to share, because I love hearing that. So many people say, you know, I mean, we've had emails and people are like, Michelle, I had to share this because I knew you'd understand. You know, just amazing. Okay, so this piece, I guess I didn't line it up quite perfectly, but I think you could use, you know, like this whole piece right here, you could use a manila folder. I'm using, I think this is like 75 pound or 78 pound cardstock, and I did want it to be pretty stiff, and I'll show you. Okay, so there's the girl. There's the girl's legs. So this is how this is going to go. I just want to make sure everything is right. And then this one, I think, is going to go here. And this one is going to go here, right? That one is not quite lined up correctly. So I think what I'm going to do is line it up at the bottom. And then we can trim the top. Okay, so make sure that's going to be, because I want it to slide and catch. I mean, once you glue it down, you won't have a problem with that catching the way it needs to. Okay, so just making sure that, you know, it's got the movement and stuff that it needs. Okay. So, again, I want to make sure really close, you know, so that, and there is glue right there, and I should have been more careful. Let me move this. Get a little bit more. This glue dries pretty quick. This is art glitter glue, and it does dry pretty quickly, so you want to kind of, you know, hurry. I always call it super glue for paper. Right in this, I mean, you don't want glue there. And I know I want the brown side up, so I'm going to put this here. And then this, I'm going to put it right at the edge here. I have to trim that quite a bit, actually, won't I? Hold on. Let's see how this is working. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that one secret journaling spot where we have all those little pieces in it. Just make sure it's going to sit. Make sure it's going to slide, not out like that, obviously. This stays. Yeah, see, it will catch, right? If the, you know, if it's well glued and stuff, we'll trim it because I can't have all that showing. Okay. And that's, you know, that's kind of the idea. And then we are going to put this one, actually, yeah, that's it right there. So that's going to go like that. And I don't have to put it next to this. I just want to make sure that it lines up. So, and then here's my one piece, and that's going to go there. So I just want to make sure that it kind of lines up pretty well. Boy, I was off, huh? Just here, and just make sure that is well sealed. And then my idea is you pull this off, you pull this out, you journal, and then do it like this. And because it's raised up a little, like that. So that's kind of how it would be. So let's go ahead and trim these pieces, because I want them to kind of line up a little bit more. And then we could put like a little piece of lace or something in the center. Let's see if I can trim all these at one time. I do not know. Kind of makes it look cleaner for sure. I just don't want to cut through, you know, take off the whole raised section. But I want it to look like a, see, that one's way off, isn't it? Try this and see. I'm just going to trim off that one little part. That one still did not line up right. But, I mean, we can use our, that's crooked. We can use our ink pad to kind of straighten that out, I think. Let's see, is that better? Yeah. I'm not going to keep cutting it because I don't want it to mess up. So then it's a little off, but this covers up a multitude of mistakes. So I don't know, what do you think? Is this something you would be interested in? Did I not trim that side? Let's trim this side too, because I didn't realize that side was off too. Kind of go back. This one isn't quite glued down. So I think we can make it a little bit faster and a little bit smaller. This one was pretty good size, but I kind of like that idea. Then I was thinking if you wanted to turn it into a tag, You'd probably have to design it before you cut the inside piece. You know, like go ahead and cut your pieces. Sorry. Clint's out there on his saw. Gwendolyn, did you hear that? And he gets done and he says, I still got all my fingers. Okay, that was funny. I was thinking, what's he talking about? So yeah, like that. So, I mean, I think you could do it, and then you just, you know, say we put a piece of trim or something on it. Where's that one trims that we have? Oh, you guys. My husband is a mess. Still got all my fingers. Okay, where's my package? Here it is, right beside me. So say we want just a little piece of trim there. And you can even put it like all the way around. What's this one? Ooh, isn't that beautiful? You know, I'm not going to put that because I might want to use that for a belly band. But you could put a little piece of trim just on one side of the split. And then you could either wrap it around, you know, and then it would really be a secret. You just have to, it might be too hard to maneuver though, don't you think? But yeah, I think it's a fun little idea. So then you just pull that, pull this journal, and then put this back in. And the reason I was thinking of this is I was thinking it would be really fun to be able to open one from the center. But you know how you do those tags? Where's those tags at? Anyways, you do the tags and you know, you cut all this off. So I was thinking, well, if I did that and glued like all this, you wouldn't have any place to really write. This is all you would have. So I wanted this to be able to come out, give you a little bit more journaling space, and be like that. I think it's super fun. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to run and cut out some shapes with my die cutter, and we're going to try this using a different shape and design, and we'll put it together. I'll be right back. Okay, so I use this die. This is about 5.5 inches by 4 or something. So, and I went ahead and cut them out together. You can do about 3. And then I was thinking these frames would be really cool. We could put some acetate in there and really use those as well in the journals. And then this, I was thinking we could put this together, kind of like what we do with those one tags, and then cut it straight down the center. Just line up the designs. This one is a little, hold on. Try to get them lined up. And this is fairly a square shape or rectangle, so it should be easy to put like the stoppers and all that good stuff in there. There we go. Okay, so let's work on this side. This is the bottom. I want to show you how I would do, like if it was a manila folder, and let's do 6 inches, and then we can trim it down as needed. So 6 inches, and then I am going to, probably there to there. just over like maybe 2 3/4. We'll put, so say this is like the edge of your fold, you know. And that's fine if it's like that. So, I still need this. So, actually I need to trim that piece, don't I? But okay, I have an idea. 2 3/4 is what it needs to be before I cut it, right? Okay, because it needs to be this wide. So, it's getting hot. Sorry, need to open the door. What I didn't adjust for is, you know, the stoppers. Because you need the stoppers. If you wanted to, you could even put like just a separate piece. Let me show you. Like maybe instead of doing that one, actually I could probably just use this little piece right here. I don't need a lot. Just a cereal box or whatever. Yeah, we could probably use those without cutting this whole thing down. But let me just cut a little strip. I didn't realize it was going to cut so easily. Save your cereal boxes. This is perfect. Or if you use boxes to cook macaroni or anything like that. We don't use a lot of pre-prepared stuff. Okay, so here's this. So I am going to have to trim this just enough so that when it comes out here, you know, I want this one little piece trimmed off. So like here, and it'll come over here, and then we'll have the stopper up there. So, oof. The front door is shut because of the studio, because it was cool earlier, but I think it's about time to open it. So let's trim that. You could use scissors. I just want it fairly straight. You guys know I'm not the straightest with a pair of scissors. And we'll have to cut that down later. But if you do this, and then you could use your whatever you want to do, your cereal box or whatever, and just add that on. As long as it's glued down well, you know, and it doesn't come apart. And this is really what 2 thicknesses anyways, probably. So I would just put it on one side, I think, and then let's just trim it. It makes it go faster. I mean, really. And then you'll have to have your stopper. Is that going to work? Nope, that's too thick. Can I make this work? I do not know. I might have done it way too big. Because you still need your stopper here, you know, so, but is that going to give me enough room? Probably not. I mean, the stoppers isn't a problem. You know, that's fine. And maybe we don't have to put stoppers all the way around. Let's just try it without it, you know? Okay, you get in there. want that to clear. Oh, good. Clint's coming so he can open the door for me. Hi, honey. Can you open the door?
Sure.
It is getting warm. There we go. So, we could just glue around that edge. We're going to try it this time. Do what, baby?
Hey. Hi, guys.
So, you have all your fingers?
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Oh, me too. I bet Gwendolyn is too. Smart aleck.
I was like, what did he say? And then I realized what it was you said. She always, yeah. She's hilarious.
And that's putting in nicely. Oh, yeah.
So let's see if we can do this.
Got the
Just
leather
around the
chain.
edge.
Whew, I'm about wore out.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up here, so. But I'm going to try to do 2 videos. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that works. So, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you don't know until you try.
So is this the idea you told me yesterday?
Uh-huh. It is. Okay, so this should go in like that. And that should work, huh? Just make sure all your little pieces are glued down. Is that too far in? I should have made it a little bit thinner. Here it is right here.
Oh, is this one you just did?
Yeah, this is a
Variation of this one?
yeah. There we go. Okay, and that
So
comes
is it going
out
to come off like that?
Okay, now pull that.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured that. So that's the way it's going to be. Oh,
Yeah. And so this will go like that. So I think that'll work. And then,
this is hard to do.
well, it's not that hard. It's just,
Well,
yeah.
I like it. Neat
So
idea
I
there,
need
babe.
to
Sorry, guys.
put this one and make sure that, so this one probably about right here. And then we'll trim it. Do a little shy. Let's trim that.
Talking about it, baby.
Yes, I did. Let me trim it like this so we get a straighter trim possibly. But see, that's all you would have, but since you can pull it, you have quite a bit extra.
You really do. I like that. That's
And
good.
so that's how that goes. And then by not putting all those little pieces on there, it's a little bit, you know, less issues. And I think as long as I line these up correctly, shouldn't have any problems. But I do want to put it really close to the edge, just to make sure.
I would cut probably.
Cool.
And so
Wow.
I was going to show them my project.
Yeah.
I don't copy it because I don't know how to run your tongue copy it.
You just put it in a copy.
I have a hard time with it.
So where is it? Did you bring it in?
Yeah.
Clint's going to show you something real quick before I finish this up.
So I got me a piece of plywood, and I'm going to do the squirrel.
And that was a book from...
Kathy, right? I can't remember
It's
the
Kathy June.
paper cutout is what it was.
Yeah, it was paper cutouts,
So-
and he wants to do it as
As a wood burning.
wood burning project.
I have my new pen, and I haven't got to use it yet, so
So that'll be in the future for you
yeah.
guys. So then I am going to open this up.
I like that. I think that's a neat idea, babe.
Well, I was thinking, you know, yeah, you want extra room.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Honey, this is hard. Just kidding.
Well, it's hard for me.
Well, if you put the folded part in there
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
and then it just slides in like that, And there is your little secret journaling spot. And there's actually quite a bit of journaling, which I really like.
It really is. I remember you telling me how much it was going to be.
Well, yeah,
Pretty cool.
because you open it. I mean, there's a little bit of... If you wanted to ink the whole thing, I would just ink around all these first. But I'm not too concerned about that. But there's a really bright yellow piece there that was bugging me. Might need to trim it.
Do you see Mama?
I have not. We came out this morning and Dora, which is what we decided to name the deer, was outside, and we'd forgotten that she had stopped by.
Yeah.
Startled her.
Yeah, but I've done that before, and she always comes back. So.
Oh yeah, as long as she doesn't, we don't bother her too much.
No. She was looking in the door this morning, so I was talking to her.
Yeah, Clint was talking to her earlier, so.
She just looks.
But I love this idea because it does, you know, give you so much more space to write, because you do this, you pull, and like I said, you could put coffee dye paper in here, and then you have this whole place, you have all the back or whatever, plus coffee dye paper,
Well, and, yeah,
and it
that's
slides
awesome.
back in. Kind of reminded me of those one secret journaling spots that we have, that we make, where you have the stoppers and everything for, like out of the doilies.
Oh, yeah, the half one.
Yeah, the half moon type
Yeah.
thing. And then I was telling them on the other one, you could put like lace or something here, and you could just pop this in a pocket or something. It looks like a tag. You could even put like a
Hole?
eyelet or something here.
Can you open it up again? Pull it out. Couldn't you take a piece of paper and stick it down, accordion fold it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And
You
then
could
just
add.
pull it out?
Yeah, you could add coffee dyed paper. Should I do that?
Well, it's up to you. I just was thinking that. If it
Yes,
was like an
Michelle,
accordion,
yes.
you could even have more.
But we are not doing, yeah, I was telling them you could add coffee dye paper. We're not going to do coffee dye paper in this journal. So let me grab the paper we're using. Let's say we're going to put this piece of paper in here, and I just want to make sure that the width isn't too much. Actually, we could leave, no, let's not. I don't want it too thick, but I do, you know, that was my kind of intention.
Yeah, I misunderstood.
Well, no, I was telling them they could put coffee dye paper, and maybe they didn't understand either.
Yeah, I was
so.
just thinking about you talking about gluing it down. And,
No. I was thinking extra paper.
Yeah.
That's okay. We shall figure it out. So you could either put it all the way across like this, or you could just glue it down here, and that's what I'm going to do. Just glue it here. It's a little bit shy of fitting the whole thing, so... Yeah, I was telling Clint this yesterday, so I didn't know if he quite understood what I was talking
I
about.
don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but
It's kind of hard when you
I'm not a paper person.
explain it, you know, and
I like being shown. I learn better
if somebody shows you.
No, I understand. It doesn't. That was
That's funny, though, that he's out there. So you could have went all the way around, especially if you're going to put extra items in these.
Yeah, it is.
I think you would want to raise it, you know, like we did on the first one, all the way around. I had measured.
Yeah, that might be too thick. Huh?
No, I think this will be fine, especially as long as you... That was kind of my idea when I designed these, is
to do that.
you can add extra paper and make them,
Right.
you know, it's just going to make it tighter.
Yeah.
Just take your time. Clint said that was kind of hard, but put the fold in there first,
Yeah, and then you got it.
and then it
Good.
folds in there just perfectly.
I like it.
Isn't that kind of fun? But yeah, if you put like a little gusset or whatever, you know, another piece of paper like we did in the other one. This one, I think this one would hold the paper really well. Actually, let's go ahead and put it in, since you know how Clint is. Do this, do this. Just kidding. I'm going to use the whole rest of this paper, and we'll fold it. in here, but because we have that little layer that will kind of made a little extra room, this shouldn't be any trouble at all for this one. And actually it'll kind of make it fit a little bit tighter, and so it won't come apart or anything. Clint's out here stealing my stuff.
I'm just reading.
Thinking about stealing my stuff.
No.
You know how he does.
Blah, blah, blah.
You guys have the sweetest comments. I was asking if I needed to like show the drawing and stuff in a separate channel, and your guys were like, no, just do it all here.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're just doing it all here. I do like to ask once in a while, just because I still, you know, I want to see if my subscribers are still interested in seeing everything that we do. So let's, but this one has those little, I'm going to call them gussets, you know, it's raised up, has a little bit more room. So you can kind of, and that is like the perfect piece of paper. Look at that. Folded in there perfectly. Clint's moaning and groaning.
Sorry.
He's hurting. This will go in there like that. Slide in there because we built it up. Slide in there. There we go. Clint broke it. And then here is the edge. I hear something buzzing.
Yeah.
Again, put the fold in there. And I did it wrong. I didn't line it up in the right spot. There we go. And then it still lines up perfectly. Isn't that fun? What do you guys think? So I'm thinking, could you put this like in a journal? Actually glue it down. Could we? Let's look. Let me look at this one. Okay, I'm going to say put this piece, we're going to glue it down. You know, just because, well, is that the, actually we could, couldn't we? Hold on. Okay, so this piece is stationary, because I was thinking of one of those like a belly band or something like that, but you couldn't really do a belly band, could you? Because you'd have to glue all that down too. So, but if you glued the bottom and you didn't glue the top, and this is in the right orientation, so you would just pull this out, journal, and then put it back. Is that something you guys would like to see? How would that work in a journal? I don't know. I like that though. That idea of gluing the bottom down. But the top you couldn't, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because look at this. This part's glued.
So this part's the folded edge? Oh, okay.
So you just pull this out, you journal, and then you put it back. So would you glue the whole thing
You'd
down?
have to, huh?
And then you could really like decorate this side up, the top. You could really decorate that. This part is totally glued down, and it would just be...
Yeah, you definitely have to glue it down.
But you could still use it as a tuck, because this part would not be glued down at all. So like, this one is glued down. You could tuck stuff under the top part. You know, you couldn't really do anything with this one. You could come down all the way around and then save this piece right here. So you could have like a little tag here, and then you could have a tuck here.
And a tuck there.
And a tuck there if you wanted. My idea though would be to really deck this out and then have something hanging here. But yeah, you could do, you know, there's all kinds of...
Endless
Yeah, you could do that.
possibilities.
I was just thinking how, you know, how would you do it? Or I could put it on this side and have my little tuck here and then here. We could just like kind of act like that one.
That would be
Just glue
better,
down.
you know why? You wouldn't have to mess with the spine.
Yeah, that's true. And that's, I think of that a lot. But yeah, I mean, there's, yeah, like Clint said, it's endless. So guys, this was so fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure and hit the like button. That helps us out. Give us a thumbs up. And subscribe. We guys love you. Thank you guys for being so sweet. Come back tomorrow and see what we have in store. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.
Bye guys, thanks for visiting. Touchings everyone.